Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
We know the arm strength is certainly there. He's got a big-time cannon for an arm, and that's not a surprise. He's the son of a former Major League pitcher, so the bloodlines come into play. The biggest question for Patrick Mahomes, can he harness that big arm, develop the touch that's needed, and carry his team?
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
To try again after the sack. Mahomes over the middle. He's got Watkins.
Mahomes pass.
Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Back to the ground, this time with Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Okay.
They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good, and the Chiefs are out to a 3-0 lead.
Play 7.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, it's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10. At their own
2nd drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got to the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. His first carry of their 2nd drive,
Yo,
pretty
can you hear me?
solid. And of course, remember back to their 1st drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Thanks to Frank Clark, that play was doomed from the start. What a job defensively. Throwing on 2nd and 14. You're right. Oh, Prescott stripped. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Prescott on the keeper. A fumble on the play.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this 1st half. Now he'll pull it down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you have to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll try to run with Edwards-Helaire. And a nice job To break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Not the kind of gain that will go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those 30.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Le'Veon Bell able to make it in from a yard out. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
And it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fields it in the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to it. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. To feed him the ball, he's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some spaces here. Drops it underneath. Elliott, 11 yards there, first down. Final play of the half. Prescott. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And down right around the 37. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll see. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
To kick off for Kansas City.
It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. This will make it into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. And now trotting back out with the rest of his offensive mates, the big time. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two.
Yeah, totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Flushed out right. Legs. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Or case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that. And they force another incompletion.
Dalton Schultz, 41 yards. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead is down to 2.
Greg Zerline to kick off for Dallas.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 21.
He'll give this to Bell.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
A first down carry by Elliott. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it, and it's complete. They're going to get the first. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Hey, nothing to see here. Just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And again, it's Prescott. Got an open man, the tight end, Jarwin. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to pull one over his head as this game progresses.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Dak Prescott with a connection to CeeDee Lamb.
And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
Let's go.
Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
After review of the play,
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. At Zerline now for the PAT.
Point after.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.